Chapter 2. From Curtains to Conquest. The factory floor pulsed with its usual mechanical symphony, but something was different. Instead of barking orders about grommets and vinyl, Cave Johnson found himself distracted. It wasn't the newly installed conveyor belts, or even that experimental self-polishing shower curtain prototype. It was a name tucked away in a pile of job applications. Carolyn. Intrigued, he summoned the applicant. Unlike the usual crop of timid secretaries and oily-handed engineers, this Carolyn possessed a quiet intensity that made her stand out amidst the clutter of his office. Her credentials were impressive. Degrees, research papers, and a string of commendations from her professors. But her eyes, those held a fire that no textbook could teach.
"Tell me, Miss..."
Cave probed, leaning forward.
"Carolyn."
She responded, her voice steady, a hint of amusement in her tone.
"When I saw the mine..."
She added, gesturing towards the framed newspaper clipping on the wall.
"When I saw the mine purchase in the paper, I read about the contracts. Takes a certain kind of crazy to step into that kind of whirlwind."
Cave chuckled. She had gumption, this one.
"Damn straight!"
He boomed.
"It's the only kind worth having around."
The interview turned into a battle of wits. Cave testing, pushing, and Carolyn countering with an ease that both surprised and delighted him. He saw in her the same unwavering drive that fueled him. A hunger for the audacious, the impossible. By the time she was outlining a remarkably efficient filing system, he was already sketching a far bolder plan in his mind.
"You're perfect,"
Cave declared, startling even himself. Carolyn eyed him with a mix of curiosity and wariness.
"Perfect for what?"
"Not just my secretary.
He grinned.
Though your organization skills are great, you're going to be my right hand. Aperture isn't about curtains anymore, Miss Carolyn. We're diving into the deep end of science. And I need someone with brains in her head and fire in her belly."
"Yes, sir!"
Carolyn's eyes sparked, and in that moment an alliance was forged. Cave Johnson had found in her a kindred spirit, a brilliant, driven woman who understood the language of his wild ambition. He respected her, her work ethic, her dedication to precision, even when it clashed with his own chaotic style. She, in turn, saw in his boisterous exterior a genuine passion for discovery, however unconventional his methods. Cave had the God-given gift of charisma. With his incredibly confident voice and brash, straight-to-the-point attitude, he was the perfect businessman. Though hardly a scientist himself, his vast wealth and ever-growing team, fueled by his booming demands and unwavering confidence, allowed him to toss wild ideas and generous funding at his staff. Combined with Carolyn's sharp, scientific mind and skillful management, these outlandish concepts somehow became a brilliant reality. In 1947, driven by this unstoppable duo, Aperture Fixtures shed its humble beginnings under a bold new banner, Aperture Science. They plunged into a realm of experimental physics and bleeding-edge technology. Cave's wild theories found grounding in Carolyn's meticulous work, her quiet competence offsetting his explosive enthusiasm. Aperture truly began to push the boundaries of science and the laws of physics themselves. Anti-gravitational technology emerged in development, followed by a dizzying array of prototypes utilizing their findings. Long fall boots, which mimic the physiological reflex of house cats for safe landings, sprung to life alongside maybe the most impressive project, the quantum tunneling device, a crude piece of technology capable of creating two miniature black holes linked on a quantum level that could be used to transport physical objects, and with some tweaking, maybe even people. Driven by an insatiable thirst for research and a relentless tide of invention, the facility burrowed even deeper into the Earth. Here, construction boomed, birthing a network of vast, spherical structures called enrichment shafts. These ever-expanding caverns housed labyrinth obstacle courses and testing grounds, a testament to the relentless pursuit of innovation. To refine their groundbreaking technology and harness the potential of their growing workforce, the facility launched a daring recruitment initiative. They sought society's most esteemed and brilliant minds and bodies, astronauts, Olympians, elite soldiers, all drawn by the allure of fame, the promise of pushing human potential, and the awe-inspiring spectacle of cutting-edge technology at its zenith. These recruits would soon become more than just test subjects. They would populate the enrichment shafts, navigating the obstacle courses and test products under the watchful eyes of Aperture's researchers, their every move meticulously recorded and analyzed. Aperture Science rocketed into the spotlight. Their groundbreaking patents and cutting-edge innovations gave the name substantial weight. When that first award arrived, Best New Science Company, 1947, Cave roared with laughter, hoisting it high.
That's what happens when you team up a madman and a woman married to science,
he declared, throwing a triumphant arm around Carolyn's shoulders. She, true to form, flushed slightly, deflecting the praise with a modest smile. But in her eyes, a fierce determination shone, a silent promise that Aperture Science had only just begun its ascent to greatness.